Hello, and welcome to the April 30th, 2025 Storj Labs Town Hall. On the call today, you've got me, John Gleeson, Chief Business Development Officer for Storj.
And Colby Winegar, Storj CEO.
The Storj Town Hall is part of the overall commitment to transparency from Storj Labs. That includes our open source code, our public roadmap, our public forum and blog, quarterly token reports, live network statistics, our enablement for community reports, as well as our publishing our regular DEI reports and publishing sustainability initiatives. Just before we get started, this presentation contains forward-looking statements and information relating to Storj's product, network, and business. These statements are based on information currently available to the company with respect to future events which may or may not be subject to unknown material risk and uncertainties that may cause our actual results or performance to be materially different from those contained in the forward-looking statements. This information should not be relied on in making any purchase decisions or other decisions. The development, release, and timing of any features or functionality described in our products remains at the sole discretion of Storj Labs. So with that out of the way, let me turn it over to Colby for an executive update.
For those of you who might be joining us for the first time, we wanted to give you an overview of the market we're in and our company. So overall, we are in one of the most exciting markets. It's a space where we are in the cloud market, which is growing incredibly fast. It's typically 20+% every year. And we're in one of the fastest growing segments. So you look at the overlap of the company being in the cloud market, servicing AI customers, and a Web3 company. You create this Venn diagram where we're in a very exciting and attractive space. We also see ourselves as a company with a very different solution that's very innovative and unique to this space, which is why we are having a lot of success. We have a lot of advantages over our competitors that allows us to offer better performance, a greener solution, and a better value. And that has allowed us to grow 7x year over year. We have an outstanding team to help us execute on the strategy. We are seeing product market fit, and this is converting from the strategy that we've had over the years to actual execution, and it's starting to provide really attractive financials. So we'll go through more of that today. So to give you a market overview, the amount of data that's being created is growing about over 20% year over year. There's also a lot of disruption and change in the AI market. We're seeing a lot of demand for our need for GPUs with our compute business, and that's also driving demand for storage. The business is based off of the idea that most infrastructure is underutilized. So we've seen reports where around 30% of storage is unused, and that allows us to offer a solution in this market where we can take advantage of the underutilized storage and compute to offer that to customers at very attractive pricing and the same performance or better performance than you get from a hyperscaler. It's been very disruptive. It's also allows us to scale quickly into new and emerging markets because we don't have to go in and buy data centers, but we can take advantage of the existing infrastructure that's already there. And we'll talk about some of those opportunities today. But overall, we're very pleased with the progress we've made over the last quarter and the last year to prove out this business model, that it works and that customers see the value of what we're offering. So on the next slide, I want to go over the accomplishments that we've had in this first quarter. In the first quarter, we grew 16% quarter over quarter, so we're still seeing excellent growth. We talked last time during our town hall about a company we bought called Pedagene that had a product called KunoFS. Well, we recently renamed that product to Object Mount, and then we launched the Object Mount product for macOS at NAB this month. That's the largest media show in the world. And at that show, we won 2 awards. One of them was for Object Mount. So there's a lot of interest in this product in the M&E space. It's a great complement to our object storage solution in M&E. It's also a complement to our compute product in AI. And so super excited about what this is going to unlock for our business. It solves some painful needs for the M&E space. And as they try out our object mount product, we think that'll also lead into other opportunities with our other two products. Recently, we just closed a Petabyte Plus deal with an AI customer. And so that was exciting to get more traction in the storage space in AI. We also won a storage deal with Atomos. So Atomos is a large videographer equipment company that a lot of videographers use, and they wanted a cloud solution. They solve customers' problems of going from camera recordings where the videographers are using their iPhone and they have hardware devices for that, or their smaller devices, and they wanted a solution to help customers go from the camera to the cloud, and so they've chosen us as their cloud solution. So very, very pleased with being chosen as their cloud storage provider.
And then, of course, in Q1, we also developed a really strong sales pipeline with a lot of brand name customers, and we got a big lift, of course, coming out of NAB on the backs of multiple Product of the Year awards. And of course, when you look at our storage and compute growth trends, it's really exciting to see how really, especially over the past year here, we've just seen this incredible growth on both the storage and the compute side. And one of the things that you don't really see immediately in this trend, but you do see it when you kind of combine the revenue, is that there's a lot of synergy between these two offerings. And so when you layer in the compute and you layer in the storage revenue, and the storage revenue, by the way, also includes object mount revenue, it's amazingly fantastic growth, particularly for an IaaS company, and also for a company whose architecture is really the first fundamental leap forward in cloud architecture since Amazon launched S3 in 2008.
Yeah, John, the one thing that's important to note on showing the growth of data and the growth of the storage and the growth of the compute is, while that market is growing 20% a year, we've been growing 20% every 2 months on the storage side. And on the compute side, we've been growing 20% almost every month. So it just shows you that not only are we growing with the market, but we're actually taking share in the market.
Yeah, thanks for pointing that out, because it really is, something we take for granted here, but being globally faster for a single upload than Google, Microsoft, Amazon, pretty much all the other object storage providers out there, that experience that customers have, that aha moment, where they just go, wow, I didn't believe it would actually be that fast, with the compelling economics and the performance and the full feature set. It's honestly no wonder that it's growing that fast. And in terms of new pipeline this quarter, we ended up with, again, much larger customers coming in with much more mature problems into the pipeline, including a top 3 automobile company, a private cloud offering in India, 3 of the largest movie studios, one of which is in production. And of course, we have one of the 5 largest consumer technology companies in the world also right now actively in POC. 3 of the largest professional sports organizations testing it out in their media organizations, and one of the largest and best regarded international hospitals also. So any one of these could potentially double or triple our revenue and 5x our enterprise value. And so these are huge opportunities. It just makes me think back to the days when we were scrapping over, those first customers, and now all of those first customers, almost all of them are still with us, and all of them are growing very rapidly. And this new crop of customers are absolutely the cream of the crop in enterprise grade. And a lot of this pipeline is being driven by excitement around our object mount product. And so object mount just enables these distributed capabilities that we have on top of object storage to be mounted as a drive on a local system. So imagine just opening up your Finder or Explorer and opening up a drive, but that drive is actually backed by low-cost, high-performance, globally distributed object storage. And it's great because it works with any S3 object storage. So it works with Amazon, Google, Microsoft, as well as Storj. We're extremely excited about this because of the way it allows us to participate in an entirely new sector of a market. So media and entertainment has been a space where we have been very successful with just our object storage and with just GPU. And now this really completes solutions around media workflows that we've never been able to serve before. And so we are offering free trials of Object Mount. And so if you are interested, you can go to objectmount.com and check it out.
So as we were saying earlier, that we went to the NAB show this year, and this is, with our focus on M&E, which is the media and entertainment space, and AI, the NAB show is the largest media show in the world. It happens in Las Vegas every year in April. So at this show, we launched Object Mount. You can see the booth that we had at the show, and this was a common occurrence to see this many people at the booth. We had a demo where customers or prospects could come in and see Object Mount and how it works. And there was a lot of buzz around this. Some of the biggest names in the industry, many of the biggest names in the industry were there testing it out. We're really impressed. I loved seeing some of the biggest names see a demo and say, we would love to test this. Like, well, what's a good time to test this? So it wasn't just seeing it, but a lot of interest after seeing it. A lot of producers want to be able to work in the cloud, but there's challenges with that. And this allows them to overcome those challenges. It makes your storage feel like it's on-prem. And we had a lot of press there as well. So around the show, we had 8 press releases. And so a lot of published articles as well. So just a lot of interest, a lot of excitement, and definitely by far the most successful NAB show we've ever had, and excited to see where this takes the company.
Yeah, the number of people who came to the booth, saw the Object Mount demo or saw a cloud storage demo, left, and then brought back colleagues to see it again, was pretty impressive. And it wasn't once or twice. It was 3, 4, 5 times a day. We were getting repeat visitors coming back to sort of show other people, or to go, show me that again, because I can't believe that was real. And that's the sort of reaction that people are getting to our platform. And that is a great reason to be excited. Yeah,
that's a good point. Sometimes you'd see a company with 8 to 10 of their colleagues there to see the demo. It was really neat. And so on top of that, we won the NAB Product of the Year award in the storage category. So super excited to see that, to see the recognition for what we've developed and what it means for the M&E space. We also won the DCIG award in the storage category to be a top 3 best of show. And they came by our booth, didn't even apply for this one. They came by and talked with us, got a better understanding of our product. And after learning more about what our object storage is and how unique it is and what it can do, we won that award. So very grateful to have won that award.
Yeah, and this is quite the quarter for analyst recognition, especially. So DCIG is also an analyst group, and they are releasing a report on S3 object storage leaders, and we are a leader in that report, along with a report by IDC. And so when you see Storj recognized at the top of the list, along with Amazon, Google, etc., like, analyst recognition is a great validator in terms of your enterprise readiness. And so I'm really proud of how we're doing there. And it's not just Object Mount that people are excited about. So Valdi, our GPU marketplace offering, is continuing to grow and expand. So Valdi is a GPU as a service provider, and they offer both, or I guess we offer both on-demand and reserved instances of a variety of different types of GPU. And we're excited because our storage customers have frequently also needed GPUs. And so we expected there to be some cross-population of revenue between storage and GPU. And we were blown away by the actual numbers. And so customers can go and get access to our GPUs in a variety of ways. They can sign up and start going immediately for on-demand GPU at valdi.ai, or they can reach out and ask about reserve capacity to get larger number of GPUs or more specialized GPUs for a longer time. And again, this is instant access at a fraction of the price of our competitors. Part of the reason that people are choosing to go with a relatively small brand like Valdi through Storj is that we're able to deliver a lot of things that most of the competitors can't. Certainly having really high quality nodes and global reach in terms of where those nodes are hosted, taking inference to the edge, for example. A lot of that capability is really based on years of cultivating supplier relationships with top quality node providers. And having the trusted expertise from the Storj and Valdi teams to do not just, hey, here's a GPU, do you want it? But to actually offer deep solution consulting to make sure that the right solution matches to the right underlying infrastructure makes a huge difference. And customer support, being able to stand behind our GPUs and make sure that in a world of neo clouds that may or may not have the best uptime, SLA, or quality, being able to make sure that our customers' applications are up and running as much as possible. And then finally, the exceptional economics, right? Bringing it together at a price point with our unique architecture that no one else can touch. It's good to hear about it, but I think that, Colby, if you want to share an actual customer success story and show how we're making that big difference, it'd be really interesting for our community.
Yeah, so earlier we talked about Atmos, so I would like to go deeper on that opportunity and customer. They are a leading provider of video creation tech. So if you've ever seen a product called Ninja or Shogun, if you saw their product, it would look like a large iPhone, but a little bit thicker, that their customers use. It can be anywhere from a videographer, they can be in film or TV, or even like a social media type customer or an influencer. What was cool about this is they're using it to create Atmosphere, which is their cloud-based solution for customers. They really wanted a solution that would be fast everywhere. So they wanted it so that when their customers access the cloud, it can be just as fast in the US as it is in Europe. And that was a key reason why they chose Storj as their cloud offering. And this is really important for the company because they have a great name in the media space. And so when more customers or prospects get exposure to Storj in the M&E space, it just helps us to build our brand and helps them get an experience with using the Storj product so that they can either use it for the Atmosphere Cloud solution or use us for other solutions, whether across our product portfolio. So really, really excited to be able to work with this company. It's an outstanding team, just great people that we're able to work with there, and excited for this opportunity.
Yeah, I'm really excited to see, both how we're helping them achieve success, and I'm really excited to see how they scale up and how quickly they grow. But yeah, this is a really exciting one for us. So next up is just a quick update on our token. So Storj has been positioned as a DeepIn leader since before DeepIn was a thing. And we are consistently in the top 2 positions on the Web3 index, which is a great community-operated list of Web3 projects that have real customer traction. And we are one of the few DeepIn projects that's already competitive with the hyperscalers and attracting significant mainstream usage. And now we're seeing sort of that long tail of Web3 customers who are actually migrating workloads where they built out their initial infrastructure, leveraging the hyperscalers, and now migrating storage in GPU to true DeepIn architecture and infrastructure, where that move actually saves them money and provides a faster end user experience.
So I wanted to talk about our future token strategy, and what I'm going to talk about maybe the most significant announcement around our token that we've ever had in the history of the company. The reason for that is it is regarding how we're growing up as a company, as a financially stable company. So sometime next year, we think or forecasting that we could reach cash flow break even. And that's, for any company, that is one of the most significant milestone you can achieve. It makes you fundable. It helps you be more independent. And so that, as we prepare for that, or we see that on the horizon, that will dramatically change how we our token strategy. And so that's what I'm going to talk about more on this page. And so one of the first steps we see as we move toward that milestone is that we think that because that will be attractive to us as in a company, and as we grow, we're going to need more Storj token in the future. One of our first steps is going to be to purchase the Storj token on the open market that we need to pay our node operators. Currently, we use our existing holdings to pay node operators, but our first step in this transition will be to purchase the tokens that we need to pay those operators every month. So that's a significant change in what we've done in the past. As we get closer to that milestone as well, we're going to look at purchasing Storj token and adding a long-term lockup, which will support large-scale supply for it. And then lastly is we're looking at doing fundraising with VCs to fund our rapid growth. And then that will minimize our reliance on the Storj token for operational expenses. So all three of those are significant milestones in and of themselves as we try to reach the milestone of break even that are attractive developments for our token. And so we're excited to see that on our horizon and to meet these milestones and really see this as a victory for Web3 companies in general, to be an example of a company that has reached this kind of success and can see them there in our future.
So with all of that, we will have people at a variety of different conferences. So there'll be a team at Consensus in Toronto, May 14 through 16. There'll be a group of us at the API Summit in Ann Arbor, Michigan on May 22nd. We've got the Media Supply Chain Festival that's in June in New York this year. And then later in the quarter also, ISE Hamburg is coming up. And again, that's a conference where we have a great opportunity to go and meet with partners and customers all around supercomputing initiatives. So if you are in one of those cities or in the area and you want to come find Storj, you can tweet us, you can message us on Telegram, however you want to get there, and we'd be happy to chat with you. So with that, I'd like to say thank you very much for listening and for being a part of the community. And thank you especially to our storage node operators who provide the supply, our GPU operators who provide the supply of GPUs that make our network possible.